fact that Dominican Republic is in the Olympics and not Mexico.
I don't know if y'all heard. I know. By the way, if anyone who left the negative comment on the Bodega Bro video is watching right now, you probably think those are the same countries. We are getting some questions about Dominican Republic, your home country.
Yeah, should we start there or start with MLS?
They've made it into the Olympics.
Right.
First thought. I mean, just what was your initial reaction watching that penalty go in?
So I think this game happened a bit before. But when they qualified for the U20
Olympics,
so that happened first.
Yeah,
that was when they got to the semifinal.
Right.
That alone was unbelievable.
You're like you didn't say like we made it. You said we did something. Something has been done.
An unbelievable accomplishment, right? It's the CONCACAF U20 championship. In this version of the tournament, there were 2 prizes, or 3, the trophy, going to the Olympics and going to the U20 World Cup. So a lot at stake, especially if you got to the final. Dominican Republic getting to the semifinal, just making it to the semifinal. Unbelievable. They're going. We're going to Indonesia. I'm like, all right, let's start figuring out the tickets, the whole situation.
Let's show the family where Indonesia is on a map.
and then they play in the semifinal. They are down 2-0. What was Guatemala or Honduras? I forgot who they were playing.
I thought it was Honduras.
I think it's Honduras. Down 2-0 at halftime, and they get two goals quickly in the first, I think 15 minutes of the second half. It goes to penalties, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, it's just it's unbelievable. I mean, this is clear. It's the first time they've ever qualified for the U20 World Cup, for any World Cup, right?
Yeah.
And then first time going to the Olympics when they won in those penalties.
For those who don't know, what's a comparison in the world of football, in the world of soccer? Is this like Everton winning Champions League?
This is...
It feels bigger than that.
It feels... No, I mean...
Samueletto played for Everton at one point. You know what I mean? There's been stars there.
No, because Everton at our store have a long history.
Is this like Chicago Fire winning the World Cup?
I feel like that's closer. It's just... I mean, if people are not aware, Dominican Republic does not really play soccer. That is not their forte. Baseball is their bread and pan.
Yeah. This is like England winning, qualifying for the baseball international, right?
Right.
Like I'm trying to.
It's just such a far-fetched idea for
the Indian basketball team winning gold medal in the Olympics. So
the fact, the Dominican Football League.
Matthew Press said it's like Everton staying up. you gotta use your wildest imagination.
Bayer Guna said it's like the Cooligans winning the Nobel Prize. That's pretty good.
Chris Mattel said it's like San Marino winning an international game. It's actually not that different.
Right. So the Dominican Soccer League started, I believe, around the time the Cooligans started.
Right. They're like, well, they could do this.
It might have been 2014 or something like that. It hasn't been around long at all. There are, I think there's 7 or 9 teams or something like that.
Right. The training, the academy is whenever a basketball falls on the floor. They don't kick it around a little bit. Yeah.
So we've spoken to a lot of some of the listeners of our show are people who work they're like scouts for the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool.
It's one of them
is a Spurs fan, so they're not trying.
But the point is that all hands on deck. Every Dominican from the Bronx to Washington
by the way,
Heights.
if you are in England, if you're in Spain, and your great grandfather went to Dominican Republic, you now qualify.
Welcome aboard.
Hermano, que lo que.
It raises a couple interesting.
Barry gonna said it's like Alexis finishing first in the New York City Marathon. 100% exact.
I mean, it's like Alexis signing up for the New York City.
First of all, I can do that anytime I want. Imagine me actually showing up.
No, you can't because you have to run in other like smaller mini marathons.
No, I could sign up, but it doesn't mean I'm going to get allowed to do it. They're going to be like, so you don't qualify. I'd be like, is it the ketchup stain on my shirt? They're like, that's part of it.
So this raises an interesting question now that Dominican Republic, which is unbelievable. They're going to the Olympics in 2024. The Olympics, their rule is right. It's a U23 tournament.
Right. I thought it was U20.
I thought it was 23.
No, Olympics are U23.
I think it's U23.
But you're allowed what? 2 senior players.
3. So this raises
Mariano
the question.
Diaz.
Finally, will they make the jump? Will they actually represent?
You're talking about Junior Firpo, Mariano Diaz,
who are both Spanish citizens, but they have Junior Firpo was born in DR but raised in Spain.
Right, still counts.
Mariano Diaz raised born in Spain but 2 Dominican parents.
Right, counts.
Okay, right. Or at least one.
And one of those homeless dudes holding a plátano. Yo, he's a Dominican.
There's another dude I forgot in Spain, but this will they play? They can play. They can actually play for the Dominican Republic in the Olympics, and this obviously.
Will that count as a one-time switch, though?
I don't know. It might. But how old are they?
Mariano Diaz is like 26 now. He ain't got no chance at Spain.
I know he doesn't. Yeah, he's not even playing for. He's on Real Madrid. He doesn't even really play. So okay, so tweet at them, tell them, yo. Get on board.
Yeah. He's 28.
He's 20. Yeah, that's it.
Your career washed, bro.
But it's so weird. Like, when he came back he was a Real Madrid player, went to, I think, Lyon for a bit, and then came back. Remember, they did a whole presentation?
Yeah.
He got the number 9 jersey.
They acted like he was going to be the Benzema replacement.
Yeah, and then he just doesn't play. The Zidane doesn't rate him. Ancelotti doesn't rate him. What is this? Yeah, I mean,
we got to get we got to send a mangú with like a little sign that says like, we want you.
Let's pay ya more plátano, bro. So, yeah.
2013, he played 1 appearance with the Dominican Republic national team.
Right. But I don't think it was a senior, like he wasn't capped. If to my knowledge, he was not capped. So,
I mean, what else you waiting for? You 28.
Yeah, dude. Come on.
Bro, I mean, you would be a legend. On the island?
Imagine Firpo and Diaz are playing in DR for the Olympics.
What are his parents doing? If there's anything I know Dominican parents can do is like put pressure on these kids, bro.
I mean, that's that's not a strictly Dominican thing. But
he retired from the Dominican Republic team in hopes of representing Spain. Well, that ain't happening, bro.
Bro, put the shirt back on, dude. So that's an interesting wrinkle in that story. But the
FIFA 22 doesn't rate me. This is a very good.
But Dominican Republic ended up losing in the final to the U.S. youth national team.
5-0, bro.
6-0, bro.
6-0.
It was a rough go. It was one of those. I'm not even supposed to be here today.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about
Dominican
that.
players are like, good job on that goal, bro. You did a good job. I'm watching.
But
I like what you're doing.
It does say a lot, at least about the Philadelphia Union. They had 4 starters.
I think Morgan Tenza said that.
Yeah.
She said it was a Union youth team.
It was Paxton Aronson,
who won Golden Boot and Golden Ball.
Right. Was it Nathan Harrio?
Yeah.
Jack something. Forgot the.
Justin Friedrich said, Christian going to become Dominican Mino Raiola and start repping all these Dominican Wonder Kids.
Bro, I might end up.
We've been talking about getting into third-party ownership since the beginning of the show. It's been our goal.
It's not that far-fetched, bro.
I think we could do this.
We could get involved.
I don't think in soccer you have to be like a lawyer, right? You have to be a lawyer, technically a lawyer in the U.S.
You don't even have to have read books.
Bruh.
soccer, they're just like,
we don't know nothing about the law, but I see a lot of so,
okay, you got a Twitter account? You're hired.
Damn. Look, we're going to put on some Dembo real quick, and I just want to see you move your hips. If I like what I see, bro, you win.
Okay, so it was Aronson, Sullivan, McGlynn, and Craig. So, yeah, I mean, look, they absolutely dominated. It's one of those things where I truly, believe. I think after, Greg Berhalter got the job, I think we're starting to see a trickling down of at least a strategy, a philosophy of what U.S. soccer wants to do, and you're seeing it. You're seeing when was Berhalter hired? How long
was that? 2017?
18. It had to be.
Yeah, it was after.
It had to be 18.
It was 18 because Bruce.
Right. So 18, and in such a short amount of time, I think we're seeing. I mean, Paxton Aronson is probably the first example of like how this kid is incredible. I mean, like for him to be at a youth tournament, yes, but what
about Brendan Aronson? The whole Aronson family,
right? No, but Brendan Aronson and let's get
the dog out here like Air Bud, bro. the whole Aronson squad.
Aronson,
Air Budinson.
So but in just these 4 or 5 years, not only are you seeing, I think, better talent. But then the sales, we're going to talk about Tyler Adams, obviously, right. Brendan Aronson going to Leeds, Ricardo Pepi going to, like, there's just, in just a short amount of time, the branding of, like, these young American players, I think is pretty incredible. And I think that has to do with the work U.S. soccer has done.
I think a lot of focus was put on the fact that the U.S. didn't qualify for the last World Cup, right? Obviously, we qualified for this one. Everything worked out. But there was a lot of focus put on that, especially when people didn't, like, quit or resign or be asked to resign. There was a lot of questions about, like, what, you're not making any changes? And remember, Sunil Gulati was like, look, if the ball was 5 inches this way,
right.
everything would be fine. And it's like, well, it wasn't. So now things need to happen.
Yeah.
I think there was a lot of focus put on that. But I think now that we sort of look at everything from a bird's eye view, after Greg Berhalter's had a really successful cycle, right? He beat Mexico twice in finals, 3 times or 4 times in a year.
Yeah.
The dude was, we're doing all the things we need to do. We obviously may not look like world beaters every time we're out. It's really difficult to win in some of these Central American countries, and we've looked bad at times or we've looked lackluster at times. But the thing now that what you're talking about is now that we can look out and see what have we done. We were at a point in 2018 when we still didn't know what is the style of, how do we play? How does America play? We didn't have a style that was synonymous with us. I believe it was MLSsoccer.com that did a whole study. They went back and basically watched like every national team game, and they decided the style that America plays was basically what Leicester did under Ranieri, which is sit back and then counter. It's not necessarily a style. Usually that's something that if you don't have a lot of skill in the midfield, that's kind of how you have to play.
Yeah.
And I think now that we look where we are, now we have skill in the midfield. We 100%. Have players that can not only hold on to the ball, but are creative. They can get away from defenders. They can go 1v1. And also we have players that can swap positions up front. It's kind of a beautiful thing. I'm not putting all of that on Greg Berhalter. Obviously, a lot of that, these kids had to have been developed on the way to that. But now we have a system. Now we know if you are a number 9, this is the style you should be playing. If you're on the right wing, this is the kind of ball you want to be playing so that you have a chance at the men's national team. It's kind of dope to see.
Right, very much so. So, they kind of breezed through this tournament. So congratulations to the U.S. team. And it kind of raises questions about Mexico. And Mexico are in these last 5 years are
they've gone the other way.
They are the U.S. of 2017 because they miss out on the Olympics. They didn't make it to the semifinal either. I think they also didn't qualify for the U20 final. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't recall. But Mexico are just it's surreal. They can't get players from Liga MX to Europe.
Yeah.
They're not selling the money's not coming in. And then the there's just so many.
They paused promotion and relegation.
Yeah.
And I think they broke the button. I don't think that play button is going to start again.
So it is CONCACAF is like kind of flipping on its head, which I think is another reason like
also
how
Canada.
Right, but
Canada balling.
But
and Alphonso Davies hired Benzema's editor. Apparently, everything has changed.
We're in the upside down. The fact that Dominican Republic is in the Olympics and not Mexico.
I don't know if y'all heard. I know. By the way, if anyone who left a negative comment on the Bodega Bro video is watching right now, you probably think those are the same countries.
It's surreal. It is a wild time in North American and Central American soccer.
Justin Freeberg is. I mean, this is why we have like tacticians in our chat.
Yeah.
He said it's clear what separates us, the U.S. youth team, from the rest. We got the Cooligans.
Okay. I mean, look.
They ain't got it. I'm looking all over Mexico. They ain't got those Cooligans.